The last 48 hours have spelled doom for parents in East Delhi. 7 newborn babies died after a so-called baby care hospital in Delhi's Vivek Vihar caught fire on Saturday night. The details of the fire are horrific, gut-wrenching and inexcusable. Viewer discretion is advised. 7 newborn babies were charred to death and 5 others are being taken care of. They are battling for life. One infant died at the age of 25 days, while the other 6 were just 15 days old. They were all housed in critical care units. Several details, all too familiar, are shedding light on how the hospital tragedy was in the making for a while. Hospital's license was inadequate and had expired on 31st of March. The building was not equipped with fire extinguishers or emergency doors, and there were a large number of oxygen cylinders found at the site of the fire. The result? A fire snuffing out life, killing newborns in a pediatric facility. Here's what we know so far. A suspected short circuit in the reception area of the ground floor sparked the blaze. The fire, which erupted around 11:32 p.m. at night, quickly intensified due to the presence of numerous oxygen cylinders that began to explode. There were 4 to 5 explosions that significantly worsened the fire, with oxygen cylinders being hurled as far as 50 meters away. Fire spread rapidly to the first floor. The building, which was ground plus 3 floor, housed children on the first floor and the storage area on the second floor. The fire spread to the adjacent floors as well. Local residents climbed in from the backside of the building and tried evacuating children, while firemen arrived and rushed to bring the infants out through the windows. 16 fire tenders were pressed into service. The big question that we are asking tonight is, why was a so-called hospital operating in a crammed-up 120 square yard adjacent to houses even allowed to operate in the first place? And why was it approved by the authorities? If you carefully see the hospital layout, there are several red flags. A puja room can be seen next to the reception, which housed several cylinders. A narrow hallway through with the length of the floor makes the rescue operations next to impossible. We now know that no fire extinguishers were installed in the hospital for any emergency, and there was no emergency exit. A narrow balcony on the first floor and above, all of which exacerbated the problem. As 14 fire tenders tended to the inferno, 12 newborn babies were rescued. Many of them died. The owner of the hospital has now been arrested, along with the on-duty doctor. A Delhi government investigation is currently underway and justice may be served. But our collective nature is to be reactive, not proactive, which essentially means that such cases appear to be similar every now and then. Fire safety operations, remember, fall under municipalities, which seem to have weakened in the recent times. Inspections are rare and once in a few years exercise are not frequent. In fact, data suggests that urban India has less than 40% of the fire station it needs. The country's firefighting infrastructure is in tatters and needs urgent modernization. All of this means that very often it requires a tragedy to uncover violations. From the 2011 AMRI hospital fire in Kolkata that killed 92 people to the blaze that killed 10 babies in a hospital 60 kilometers from Nagpur in 2021. Lessons have not been learned. One incident on another shows that failure that we have had, despite these instances repeating time and again. And it brings to light the design of housing apartments, hospitals and commercial spaces which are still not safe. The Delhi fire has highlighted the apathy of the system yet again, this time in a more heartbreaking way than others.